What's up, WDG fam? Which role do you think is harder in marriage? Being a husband or being a wife? What do you think is more difficult? A husband leading his family or a wife following the leadership of her husband?
That's you.
Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this couples edition. Hello, everyone. We are so happy to be with you all for another couples edition. I got to stop right here and welcome any of our first timers. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are so
Welcome.
glad. Yes, we're so glad that you joined us. And we just want to let you know that if you want to go back and listen to some of the previous videos from the couples edition, that you could go to the playlist section of our channel. But I am here, of course, with my husband, my boo thing.
Boo thing? I that's the first time I heard that. Boo thing. Shoot.
Yeah, you all that. You know, you are all that. And you're really looking very handsome.
Oh yeah. I cut off the beard because
Yeah.
man, I tried to grow that thing for almost 2 years. So I didn't have to go back.
But I haven't seen you like this in a long
Oh
time.
yeah, it's weird.
But it looks really good.
Yeah, we had to have a section, so quiet time.
Uh oh. All right, let me refocus. I done got the man of God all out of order. His mind somewhere else. But today, we today we gonna get a little vulnerable and talk about some of
You
the
look, when we don't.
when well that's true.
Well,
We do stay
didn't
pretty.
I say that right?
When don't we?
Oh
That's what
yeah.
you meant to
Okay.
say.
When don't we?
That's true. But, I think, I don't know, it's just something about this that
The
just,
second, Oh.
you know, no, but it's something about this, I don't know, it's just kind of a vulnerable, topic.
Space.
Yeah, it puts you in a vulnerable space
Mm.
because I think what happens, the reason why it's like this thing where as the husband, you're like, man, I got all
I
this.
gotta think. I got to worry around
Right,
and do this and do that,
right. But and then the wife, you in your own space, and you
and
like, man,
I gotta
I'm
do
feeling
this and I
this,
gotta
feeling
do
that,
that.
and both of y'all are feeling like,
Yeah,
man, this is
yeah,
this is hard at times. But sometimes you have to share, like, what are you feeling,
yeah,
and how is this affecting me?
yeah.
You know.
And I think we did a good job at sharing with each other, but uh, what we're going to talk about today, we really, I mean, we kind of share, but we did share all of it. Can I say that?
Right, right. I mean, yeah. I mean, now we let y'all in, on what's going on in our lives, but we
Yeah,
can't tell everything, right? But
but
I want to kind of go back to Sunday, which is how we really came up with
yeah, yeah.
talking about this because what had happened was I had a dream on early Sunday morning, and usually I write my dreams down, and a lot of times I can get the interpretation. But sometimes, you had those dreams, and you be like, man, what is this about? Lord, what is this? So I was led to share it with my husband. So when he came downstairs, I said, babe, I had this dream. And basically, I ain't going to tell y'all the whole dream, but basically, the dream ended, and I was talking about, that we had spent so much time investing in this, project or whatever, and we put money into it and all of this. And I was disappointed that what we wanted to accomplish, it didn't go through. So I told him about the dream. I said, babe, can you just pray about it and, see, what the Lord will give you, about what that means. And then when he came to me, because we were both watching service, and then he was like, I got to tell you something, but I'll wait. And then, see, when he said that I'll wait, I'm like, oh, what is it? What is the man of God gonna tell me? And then he was like, no, I got to tell you now. And he said, basically, the dream is, you feeling like you may be disappointed, or you have some reservations or fears about, this next thing that we're going into. That,
Yeah.
God has shown us some things. Like I said, I
Yeah.
can't tell y'all everything right now.
Mm.
But later on, we might be able to come back and tell y'all what the Lord did.
Yeah.
But we're, believing God for some things that have not happened. We don't even know how it's going to happen.
No.
You know.
No.
But in the dream, my husband had told me, so he was like, babe, that was you. That was your feeling about where we are in the dream. And when he told me, I don't know, it just like broke me, right? It broke me, and it made me recognize something that was there that I guess I didn't really want to give
Yeah.
voice to. And as we were talking, he was like, yeah, that reminds me of Abraham and Sarah,
Yeah.
which I would often, even in the beginning of our marriage, I would journal that I'm Sarah. I would
Oh.
journal that. Oh, you didn't know that, but I would
No.
journal that all the
You
time.
know. But it's like I said, some sequence is between you and God, and
Yeah.
that was between her and God, and I just find out.
Yeah, so I'm going to read. There's two passages in the scripture about Abraham and Sarah. I'm going to read that. And then I want you to share, from a man's perspective, what it means, to how the pressure that you feel leading your family. And I, of course, I can speak on the pressure that I sometimes feel in submitting to that leadership.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, and we could both share that neither one of us knew what the other person was really going through,
Yeah.
unless they share it with us.
Yeah, that's real. That's facts right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
So, all right. So the first passage is from Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 and 2. Genesis 12, verse 1 and 2. Here we go. This is
okay,
the New King James Version.
okay,
Now, the Lord had said to Abram, get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house, to a land that I will show you. And here's the promise. He said, I will make you a great nation. I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. Okay, so Abraham, the Lord just changed up the game. I think he about 75 at the time, and he just told him,
yeah.
okay, nah, you go ahead, you Sarah and y'all go ahead and pack up, and I'm gonna show y'all where to go.
But he didn't say where they was going, just go. And I had a similar experience. I'm I was on one down, and my boss was so happy. He said, "Hey, come in my office," and then he pretty much gave me a promotion. I'ma go in Philadelphia and have my own shop. And he was so excited. I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, man. He said, man, you not excited? I said, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I wasn't because something was pulling me away. And so I went in, I call it the room. I was sitting in the bathroom and, doing what I
I
do.
mean, the Lord speaks to us when we are
Yeah, but
silent.
especially in that moment. And I just cried to God. I said, God, this is something that I want to do. But I want to know what you want me to do. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? He has always shown me how to get out a certain situation and into a new one. And this was one of those moments. And that's not Abraham. He said I was going to do a work for him. He didn't say what until now.
And
Now,
this is just the beginning.
and
There's
this is
more.
just the beginning. But he told me,
The school of the eternal. I don't know if y'all can see that, but
yeah, right. He told me to build him a school after I told him. But that was 20 years ago, and trying to manage um, uh, studying, spending time with him, and being an at home dad, then being a good husband. It means a lot. Being we go to work, and the pressure for my like going to work and pressure from family. Sometimes your face, you say, man, you are working. I mean, it was hard, man. It was definitely hard. So instead of sharing that vulnerability with God, because I was go to her,
yeah,
but some things I hid.
yeah, you told me a level of it, and of course I knew that that would be challenging, but I didn't know the depths till really after the stroke.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know the depths of the pressure that you were
yeah,
feeling.
yeah, and I ate, I ate, I ate uh, some of my bin money and everything. So I did that sin, but I felt like Abraham. See, he said, "Just get up and go," and that's what I did. Got up and I went. I even had another offer for a job. When she interview after a month or so, after they did all the checking and everything, they said, I got the job. God's voice said, tempting no, son. So I did what I was told. But I didn't know. I didn't know, no. Because I done, oh, yeah, but full time in the ministry. Oh, shoot. It was ooh. But that frustration, I know from various dinos, is uh, 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 something that will motivate me to see him too much chill, you know. Yeah, so this has been a good journey, but it's also been a trying journey.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, and now because of my body, sometimes I have pain, but I find myself seeking Him even more. You know, it's just like a 9 to 5 job. When I get up, and see, it's more like 12 hours. If and like from 5 o'clock in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening, I'm gone. So, I, man, I could be in a better place than that. But man, shoot, this life, the life He chose for me,
That part right there. That part right there. The life that
He
He chose
chose
for
for
you.
me. The thing is, uh, there is going to be a time where all things will work together. But right now, they're working. And so, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Well, first, before I share my side of it, I just want to say before
On the
all
papers.
the peoples, our WDG fam,
On the papers.
no, I want to just say, thank you for being brave enough.
Hmm.
I just want to say thank you for being brave enough to do what was uncomfortable, to lead us, even though you wasn't sure how we were going, where we were going exactly, but
Yeah.
you had the call to be in full-time ministry.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that, because that has not only matured you, but you spending that time with our boys, even when they were little guys, you know,
Babies.
you know, and starting to put that in them, and now they're teaching,
Yeah.
and then you being in the position you were in helped me to be able to mature and be what God called me to be.
Yeah.
So I first want to say thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
And like I say, I'm not one of those men bashing women. I applaud my husband and any husband out there who is leading his family, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy. And it's also not always easy, you know, being Sarah, okay? Because guess what? Sarah wasn't there when he told
Yeah.
Abram, he was Abram at the time. But when God told Abraham, get up and go, Sarah wasn't there.
No.
Sarah didn't hear what the Lord told him. So guess what? Just in the same way, Sarah had to trust that what Abraham was telling her was from the Lord.
Yeah.
So she had to trust that how Abraham was leading her family, that this was God's doing. And
Yeah.
so that's the thing. That's the hard part, because first of all, Abraham, you can't even answer the questions that I had. You can't even answer. God said, I will show you, which means you
Yeah.
don't know.
I show you, but you don't know.
You just got to go.
Yeah.
Pack your
Okay.
bag.
Okay, guy. I'm going. I'm going.
Yeah.
Do I turn right or left? I'm going. I'm going.
And me as Sarah, I'm like, if I'm looking to you, okay, so how long are we gonna stay on this road? You can't tell me, because you
No.
don't know.
Gonna do.
Yeah. So I have to. That's where I have to have my own relationship with God, and I have
Yeah.
to trust. Like, okay, God, I trust the God that in you, that you hear from God, and you know, if we get off course, that God is going to redirect you.
Yeah.
And that's a vulnerable place, like, because
Shoot.
some things you, as a wife, that might not have been in my plan. Like, I didn't plan. I had no idea that after, I think, had it been a year that we were married?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess about a year, or less.
A year and a half.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, you working, killing the game, you know, doing your HVAC thing, you know, doing your thing. I'm working. I had no idea that you were going to come out of the workforce and just work in ministry. Like, I had no idea. That was not my plan. I had no idea that I wouldn't be home with the kids,
Yeah.
but you would be home with the kids. So, like, it was like,
Shoot, I didn't know that
right,
either.
you didn't know either. Right, exactly.
Look, I was what? I was supposed to be home with and I'm glad they were boys, because it was a girl. I mean,
Yep, all boys.
shoot.
Yeah, but like it was like you said, but that was God's plan for us. So, you know, for me, I have to surrender my own vision of what I thought, or the road that I thought we were going to go.
Yeah,
I have
yeah,
to surrender that. And it's hard. And sometimes as a leader, you know, of course, you're not going to always you know, you it's a part of the process is, you know, sometimes having trips along the way, or things you might have thought, oh, I thought we should have done this, but now God is redirecting me.
yeah,
But what that does for me, or as a wife, sometimes it makes you hesitant to just
yeah,
continue to trust. It's like, okay, God, is this you, or what is going on? Because, you know, I want to support my husband. I want to do what you calling us to do, God, but this is hard because we don't really have answers. And we've
yeah,
been on this path, and you showing, just telling us to follow you, but some things haven't happened yet. And
yeah,
sometimes we're scared to share that with each other. I know for me, I'm always, and now it's easier because back
yeah,
in the early days, it wasn't time for me to say I'm feeling pressure here, because that would have just put more pressure on you. You were already in,
I'm glad you
yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
cause
You know, you were already dealing with your own stuff. Now you know how to deal with it much better, so
yeah,
it's easier.
yeah,
But it's like, as a wife, you're trying to protect your husband. You don't want to, Sarah. You don't hear Sarah complaining a lot, talking about, well, I don't know. She might have complained a little bit, but but you know, she had to follow. She had to submit. She couldn't be like, well, Abraham, where we going though? Like, Abraham, how long is it gonna take us to get there? She couldn't do that. She had to swallow that and give that to God, and that's, you know, that's the vulnerable part of saying, look, babe, I trust the God in you, but I ain't so sure about this,
yeah,
you know, and I
yeah,
feel insecure about this,
yeah.
you
I
know.
mean, I imagine it was very hard for you. See, I knew because he told me, but I still didn't know. So that uncertainty was uh, twice for her. I had uncertainty, and I mean, she was. What
Yeah,
would I
and
want
I
to
and
hear?
and I and I want to say we had certainty that we heard from God. Like, that part
Yes,
was certain,
yes, but when
but
we were going, we didn't have no
right, we
idea.
didn't know, right? That
Yeah,
that's the part, right? That we didn't know, or how long is it going to take for these things to happen, right?
20
And it's
years.
been 20 years, and we still have some promises and some things that we're still waiting
Yeah,
to see manifest, right?
yeah,
So I want to read the other scripture, and we're going to close out with this. And it's Genesis 18:6-15. Okay. And it says, so Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah and said quickly, make ready 3 measures of fine meal, knead it and make cakes. And Abraham ran to the herd, took a tender good calf, gave it to a young man, and he hastened to prepare it. So he took butter and milk and the calf which he had prepared and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree as they ate. Then they said to him, where is Sarah your wife? So he said, Here in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah your wife shall have a son. Sarah was listening in the tent door which was behind him. Now, women, y'all know we be having that third ear. We be knowing something going on. Sarah was listening. So Abraham and Sarah were old, well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. And this is the part that we're going to really zone in on. Therefore, Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I have grown old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And the Lord said to Abraham, Why did Sarah laugh? Saying, shall I surely bear a child since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time, I will return to you, according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. But Sarah denied it, saying, I did not laugh, for she was afraid. And he said, No, but you did laugh. So man, this story just really stood out to me. And basically, Abraham is getting this message, that he's going to have this child. And I believe at this time, well, it says they were well advanced in age. So I know when they left, when God told Abraham to go, he was about 75 years old. So they old, y'all. And the part that tickled me that not Abraham, Sarah was listening. She was like, what in the world is going on? She over there, she just listening. You know how we do. And the part that got me, that Sarah laughed. And I realized that, it wasn't that she laughed because it wasn't something that she wanted.
Yeah.
It's that she had waited so long that I think by this time she was just like, I don't know how this is going to happen. And I don't even want to get my hopes up
Yeah.
if this is not going to happen, because I've been believing all this time. We'd have been told we're going to have a child and it ain't happened yet.
Yeah.
And then when the Lord bust Sarah out, but he really wasn't trying to call her out. I think he wanted her to acknowledge where she was. And
Yeah.
just like Sunday, when we talked about that dream,
Yeah.
it gave me an opportunity to really see where I was. Like, I believe God. Like, I have faith. I think he gave me the gift of faith where if he said it, I believe it.
Yeah.
But because so much time has passed, it was like a vulnerability. Like, God, can I really believe for this again?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what Sarah was. It wasn't that she was laughing because she thought God couldn't do it. She knew God could do it. But it was the laugh was like the insecurity.
Yeah.
The laugh was like the fear, like I don't know if I can believe in this again, because I've been believing and it ain't
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing, that a wife carries a supporter, right? It's like, I I don't even want to tell you this because I don't want to kill your vision.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill your hope. I don't want to be a stumbling block in any way. But there comes a time where you do need to say, this is where I am. And I still
Yeah.
believe in you. I still trust God. But it's just so much time has passed that I just really don't know how this is going to happen.
Yeah. The thing that stood out to me was according to the time of life, and ever since this the situation I have with the stroke, I know more in these last 9 years than I did the other 11. I mean, because I was vulnerable, vulnerable state, um, and so that gives me peace now. And first, I was like, ah, but now that I'm learning about His timing, uh, all I have to do, okay, I trust you, God, on about your timing. It will come, but I have to be patient. For the last 9 years, the Lord keeps encouraging me to be patient. So, God has a time for first my healing and then this ministry. So, I mean, okay, we were in a hotel, and that's where I had a more same Dr. Deco and the store Mr. Hyde, and I did a whole chapter based off of Joseph's life
Mm-hmm.
because I was going through the same thing. That at that time, um, let's see, he was about 35 when he finally got into the pilots. He was about 17 when he first got so uh uh
The
um
dream.
yeah.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, he had the dream, but in between, God had him go through things that
Oh,
he will
yes.
mature.
Yes.
And I know these last 20 years I had to mature,
Yes.
and I'm at the point where this could come to fruition. But even that, I just like what am I supposed to build? That I didn't listen on no domain. And I found out these seven classes that I teach is my domain. But that's it's not all my domain. It got more for me. So I mean it's pretty tough, but I have to understand God was maturing me all the things that I'm with him. And frustration is a tool to push you forward,
Yeah.
not backwards.
Yeah.
Frustration will make you seek God for the answers if you pay attention. Sometimes when we get frustrated, uh, we go into sinful engagement to cope with our frustrations. And that's what I did. I ate, and I also watched those naked movies. And,
Jesus.
yeah, but and was until I had this to my eyes, my eyes were on him. Cause man, I could have been dead, and I couldn't remove y'all. The only I could move, I could move this hand. That was it. I was in the bed.
Yep, and you had to learn to walk and talk all over again.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it was like
and use the bathroom. Oh,
all that stuff.
I was so glad. My God. Ooh. See, the people and the we have, see, they were okay with we waiting at that point. See, I wasn't. I had to get off that thing. And that's what I did. Shoot. See, but, yeah. I think I'm gonna stop there because I could talk about this all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's really not. I would have just closed with saying it's really not that the husband job is harder, which I don't want your job, and the wife's job is not harder. They both,
I don't want her job
yeah,
either.
they both come with its own challenges
Yeah.
and its own uh, difficulties of surrendering to God as you are in that role. They
Yeah.
both are difficult. It's not easy to step out on faith and lead your family, and especially when God is not giving you all the details.
Yeah.
And it's not easy always as a wife, supporting and following your husband when it's been a long time
Yeah.
and you're not exactly sure how these things are going to happen.
Yeah.
But I will say to any woman who's thinking about getting married, it's already comes with its own difficulty, but you do want to make sure that he's a man of God. Now that part makes it easy, because I know that
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you want to please God, so you're not going to purposely lead me or lead this family into
Yeah.
a place of somewhere that's not good for us because you want to please God.
Yeah.
And so that makes it a lot easier. And I've seen where you mature, and I see how you invest in God and, continue to build.
Yeah.
So that makes it easier, but it's still challenging.
Yeah.
So anyway, we let y'all in on our world a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. And but we gonna
Nah.
save some because we could be here
All day.
all day.
All day.
But I wouldn't trade our journey for anything,
No.
even
No.
with all the difficulties.
Yeah.
But I hope it has encouraged you all out there,
Yeah.
to keep
Too.
moving forward, to continue to press toward your goals that you have, those
Yeah.
dreams that God has given you.
You know.
Even though it might be taking some time for some things,
Yeah.
still continue on and keep your hope in God and
Yes.
talk about your
Yeah.
vulnerabilities.
You got to share.
You gotta share.
I'm especially talking to the fellas. Share with your
Yes,
wife.
yes,
Don't
yes.
close up. Share with your
That's
wives.
right. That's
Wife.
right.
I said wives.
Yeah, wife. Okay, wife.
Wife.
Oh yeah. So listen, do us a favor. If you believe that's what we shared, other people need to hear,
Yeah.
please like the video, share it with your friends, your family, even your co-workers. And we want to also hear from you. You can let us know in the comment section. Let us know what's the vulnerability in your marriage. What's some of the things you struggle with in leading your family, and what's some of the things you struggle with as a wife supporting the leadership of your husband.
Yeah.
Drop us a comment. Let us know.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, please email us at preacher1473 at manofgodllc.com. And of course, we want y'all to subscribe because we don't want y'all.
Subscribe.
You gotta hang with us. You gotta continue the journey with us. So subscribe so you won't miss any of the lessons that we put
Yeah.
out.
Make sure you hit the bell. No.
All right, y'all. So we love you, and till we meet again, y'all stay blessed.
Peace.
Peace.